You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Come along with us across the country on our first ever Winter Shop Tour Series with your host, Brian Fullerton. We're going to take a look at some of the best in the snow and ice management business and get a behind-the-scenes look at their snow equipment, field operations, shop tours, and so much more. We are proud to partner with Buyers Products, Billy Goat Industries, and Western Plows to bring you these incredible tours and interviews. You're also invited to watch the corresponding shop tours on the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel. Get ready to learn the latest and the greatest on how to run a profitable snow and ice management business from these industry leaders. And now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, super excited about this podcast episode that we have today. We're going to get into it here in just a quick minute. Hanging out with the guys over at Glacier Snow Management. These guys are over in West Fargo, North Dakota, and I'm telling you what, this was one of the coolest shop tours that I had the privilege of doing and being a part of this whole fall shop tour series that we're doing here in 2022. I've got to hang out with the owner, Don, and then also their right-hand guy, Jeremy. It was such a really cool experience seeing how they run their business, getting to meet their team, and of course, seeing the equipment. These guys have a lot of iron. So here's what I'll tell you guys really quick. Before we jump into it, make sure you guys watch the correlating YouTube video that we're dropping tonight on the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel at 3 p.m. Eastern, because you guys are not going to want to miss it. Listen, I don't know anything about all the different big loaders and front end loaders and cats and John Deeres and all this stuff that these guys had, but they had a bunch of it, and it's big equipment, it's clean equipment, it's new equipment, and it was everything that you and I and all of us talk about all day long, right? A lot of us talk about mowers, skid steers, tractors. These guys were on a whole different level in relation to snow and ice management, okay? They had something like 60 loaders. They had something like 60 plus Arctic sectionals, okay? These salt trucks that they had were $500,000 plus each. They had some of the front mount snow blowers, snow throwers that you put on some of these loaders that were 6 digits alone, okay? Just absolutely crazy stuff. So any which way, we're going to get into it here. I had the owner, Don, on for about 15 minutes with Jeremy. Then we were able to kick it for a couple minutes after that. But telling you what, seriously, it was a great time getting to see what these guys are doing. 7-8 figures north, of what they're doing in snow and ice management, which is just wild. And you'll see why. They had just some great things to share on this podcast episode. Really quick, again, I want to say a big thank you to Buyers, Billy Goat, and Western for sponsoring this fall tour series. Plane tickets are not cheap. Hotel stays are not cheap. Gas money, time away from the business. You guys know how it goes. So if you guys want to show some love and reciprocate, share the podcast. Share it with a friend. Share it with a buddy. Maybe you got some guys that are in snow with you. Maybe some subcontractors. Hey, check this podcast out really quick. Feel free to share the content anywhere you guys can. And of course, check out that YouTube video tonight. Maybe drop a like, drop a quick comment, and let everybody know that you guys appreciate the content. So, all right, well, that is what I got really quick here on the short and sweet introduction. Let's kick it over to West Fargo, North Dakota, hanging out with Glacier Snow and Ice Management.
Want to make your landscaping jobs a bit easier? Check out the Dumper Dog Dump Insert from Buyers Products. A Dumper Dog transforms your pickup into a dump truck, saving you time, effort, and cost when it comes to unloading loose, heavy material such as dirt, mulch, or stone.
Hey guys, it's Brian. I have to take a quick second and chime in and let you guys know how much I have really enjoyed the Buyers Dump Insert. As most of you know, we've had our dump insert on our red truck Thunder now for almost 5 years, and it's been an absolute game changer for us. From getting mulch and material to a job site to spring and fall cleanups use with leaf removal and fall cutbacks, it can do it all. In short, it's removed one of the biggest bottlenecks I've had in my business with hauling material. I encourage you guys to check one out for yourself. They have a bunch of options, including one that's perfect for you.
The Dumper Dog bolts to the frame of your truck and offers a dump angle of up to 45 degrees. The removable tailgate accommodates standard items such as plywood sheets and pallets and allows for easy access to the truck bed. With a payload capacity of up to 6,000 pounds, the Dumper Dog is ready for just about any job. Do you have that dog in you? Visit buyersproducts.com to learn more and find a dealer near you. Nothing works like a dog.
All right, guys, we are going to jump right on into it here. I'm hanging out with none other than Glacier Snow and Ice. Super excited to be here with you guys. We're over in Fargo, North Dakota. We've got Jeremy Lindstrom. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Doing good, doing good. We just got done with the shop tour, which, holy freaking cow, just to slow things down a quick minute, that was a ton of fun. Thank you so much for the tour.
Yeah, no problem.
That was awesome. If you guys are watching, or listening, I should say, real time, tonight, Monday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the whole shop tour video on YouTube, on the Brian's All Maintenance YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. And Jeremy, what's your role or position here? What's your title here?
I run the operations of Glacier Snow.
All right, cool. So you take all the falls if anything goes bad, right?
That's the plan, I guess.
Or the upside if everything goes right?
Yep.
And then we're also joined by one of the founders of Glacier Snow, which is Don.
Yep.
What's your last name, by the way?
Nelson.
Nelson, that's right. So Don Nelson, how you doing, brother?
Good.
We just got to talk in your office for about 30 minutes there, and you are a huge fish out this way, my friend. This is pretty cool.
It took a long time.
Yeah, 25 years now.
25 years. Started with a skid steer in a garage.
That's insane. If you don't mind, can you just give me your background, like with the whole story? How did you guys get started in the whole snow and ice management business?
Well, a neighbor of mine talked me into it because I was a beekeeper.
Okay.
So I graduated from NDSU with a degree in entomology.
Okay.
I was beekeeping, but in the winter I'd ship my bees south to California. So I had a skid steer. And it was that big winter. We had 118 inches of snow. And he talked to me, he said, you got to put that skid steer to work.
Sure.
So I brought the skid steer into town, put it in my garage, and had 7 accounts.
Wow, okay.
And every year, it seems like we added 1 or 2 pieces. And this is where we are today.
So 25 years later.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do today? Give me a snapshot of today's business.
Well, is it 500 acres?
Yeah, that's 550, I think.
550 acres. So we've grown quite a bit. So I kind of consider, we don't want to go after every lot.
Sure.
We want to go after the plums.
Okay.
So if you think about snow as a tree, I want the top fruit.
Sure.
I don't want the low-hanging fruit. I want to take the stuff that's going to pay the dividends.
Okay.
You know, that we take a zero tolerance. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be in the game from the first flake to last flake. Because I don't want I don't want these minimums.
Right.
Because they're gray areas. You don't know when to do them. And plus, they're not as profitable.
Sure.
So you got to have a crew.
So 550 acres of that, is that like surface area of site management?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And how much, the iron is something that catches everybody's eye on Instagram. A lot of people know Glacier Snow and Ice Management on Instagram. Talk to me a little bit about the equipment, because you went from one skid steer. I don't see, do you still have the same skid steer?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
So talk about that, and then talk about to where you guys are at today, because that is really, really impressive. I mean, seriously, hats off to you guys.
It takes time.
Yeah.
None of our equipment was new when we started.
Okay.
It was always used equipment. My business partner, Dave Torgerson, was a big believer in saying, don't put a lot in, buy used equipment. We don't know where it's going to go.
Okay.
So it's only been in the last 10 years, right, Jeremy, that we've kind of turned it over to newer equipment. Mm-hmm. Some of it for tax reasons and others for guys. Mm-hmm. Get guys to show up and work.
Nobody wants to use a busted old skid steer that's 15 years old, right?
No, that's the hardest piece of equipment for us to fill. That's why we don't have any skids.
Okay.
All of our subcontractors bring the skids in.
Wow.
Our model for subcontractors is the landscapers and stuff like that, the concrete guys. They don't want to go out and fight for snow accounts. They don't want to mess with sidewalks and ice control, but they want to keep their guys busy.
Sure.
So we're able to bring those guys in, and they do a good job for us.
That's a great partnership.
It is a great partnership.
So let me ask you this. Talk to me a little bit about the market. Maybe, Jeremy, if you want to talk about the snow market here. How much snow are you guys dealing with? What kind of, you guys doing residential, commercial? What, you were saying zero tolerance, kind of accounts. Talk to me a little bit about the clientele that you guys deal with.
Well, we do 100% commercial. We don't do any residentials.
Okay.
Average snowfall is, 55 inches, 54 inches a year here in Fargo.
Okay. Which is a little less than I thought, to be honest. I thought you guys were doing like 80, 100 inches.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to a lot of people, because we're
big outfit.
We're out in everything, and from like Don said, from start a flake to the end flake. So everybody sees us out all the time, but that's because we're servicing our accounts,
right?
From start to finish, and then everything afterwards too, the hauling and salting and everything else. So.
Wow. Okay. One thing that was really unique is that, and maybe it's not unique to you guys listening in, but it was to me, was seeing all the equipment is on site here, not at a deployed location. right? So back at home, very typical. You have your trucks, your plows, your loaders, your skids, all that mess is it's just sitting in the parking lot and ready to go to town. So you guys literally drive down the road to all your sites for the most part in the town.
Correct. Yep. We'll take everything. Everything leaves. All of our equipment will leave our shop, and same with our subs. Everything leaves their shops. We don't keep anything on site. Just, I mean, we're so cold up here. I don't think stuff would really start.
Yeah,
so.
that was a factor I never considered. I'm like, when it is minus 20 degrees, that does have some debilitating issues on equipment.
Yep. No, it works well for us. We get permits so we can take over with plows down the road and everything. So,
wow.
I mean, there isn't much for restrictions, but we try to accommodate everybody around us, I guess.
And really quick, what's the service area again? We're in West Fargo, right?
Yeah, shops in West Fargo. We do West Fargo, Fargo, and Moorhead. So it'd be 3 towns it's all one big town, but there's 3 different names.
Okay. You said the population was like 250,000 people around here?
I think that's what we
Something like that.
thinking, yeah.
Okay. So if you guys happen to be living in the area, number one, if you guys need a job, or number two, want to sub out some work, I'm sure they're always looking for some good help. But Don, let's go back to you, brother. What do you think separates you guys from Glacier from everybody else that's doing snow?
Excuse me. Service. We bring people in like Jeremy that love snow, and they want to perform service. We're out there. We don't miss a snowfall. There's many nights at 2 a.m. they weren't talking any snow, and we catch it.
Wow.
And we mobilize a crew, and we'll see no one else out.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
And I'm not dogging the other snow providers in the area. I'm just saying we're a snow company first.
Yeah.
Then we do lawn and dust control in the summer.
Okay.
We're snow first. All year long, we prepare for snow.
Wow.
Whereas other companies like excavators and other companies, so to speak, they got their main summer work, then they'll put some guys out there because they have some equipment.
100%. Yeah. That was an interesting thing. A friend of mine, Troy Clogg, he said, all we do all year is get ready for snow. Mm-hmm. We have landscape crews and then do some landscape design and high-end residential, all that mess. But he goes, we're 90-10.
Yeah. Our guys in the summer, we work 4 days. They can take as much time off as they want. We're winter.
Yeah.
In the winter, there's no vacation.
Right.
There's no holidays
Yep.
if it snows. So in the summer, we treat our guys. We want to just do a little bit of something to keep some cash coming in.
Sure.
So we do a little light mowing, and we do the dust control on the gravel roads.
Talk to me a little bit about the dust control on the gravel roads. I don't know if I've had anybody on the show that's really has that or specialized in that a little bit.
Well, Jeremy and I will both touch on it because it's calcium chloride.
Okay.
I mean, it's a salt.
Okay.
So I really hate putting more salt in the environment, but it actually works on the gravel roads because it binds with the clays.
Okay.
So around here, we found a market that a lot of parking lots, especially crushed concrete parking lots, they're finding issues that the silicates get in the air, they get into computers when their doors are open, they breathe them in, so they want to control the dust.
Interesting.
And the same with detours, gravel roads everywhere.
Construction sites.
Yep. It's kind of mandatory now to do dust control.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of bids now for contractors to bid it out, but yeah.
And does that help keep the equipment that you already have for the snow moving, obviously 12 out of 12 months then, essentially too, some of it?
A little bit. I mean, it kind of helped us. We bought a new truck just, in fact, so we could use it year round, so we upgraded that. So there's some things we use for dust control and snow, the trucks and the pumps and stuff like that. So.
Sure. Don, quick question for you, because I know we got you limited time on the podcast. Want to be super respectful of your time. First off, and of course, let's zoom out really quick on Google Earth here. Thank you for the opportunity to come hang out. This has been a super treat. Sometimes you don't know what you're walking into, and this has been so much fun. Jeremy's been a great host. Like all the equipment, the outdoor yard, like this is a lot of fun. This is really, really cool. I want to ask you, while I got you, because you might have to take off in a second for a meeting, what's your suggestions or thoughts or advice to the guys that are growing a larger company? Let me give you a quick, for instance. A lot of guys listening to the show, right? They're 1-2-5 guy outfits or 1-2-5 truck outfits, 1-2-4-5 crew outfits. We definitely cater to like the 0 to $500,000, 0 to 10 guy crew in a company, maybe 0 to $1 million in revenue. Some of those guys, they get the big stars in their eyes, right? They want to grow to the $2, $5, $10 million next regional player. I know earlier you said, quick tip, it doesn't happen overnight. All right, so outside of the easy answer, right? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, practically speaking, any suggestions or advice? Because you've been doing this for 25 years. You had the one skid, and now we're sitting on millions and millions of dollars of iron behind me in the shop. What's some suggestions or practical advice that you have for any of those guys that they do want to be the next Glacier Snow and Ice Management of their region?
You got to be willing to take a risk.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
You got to you put it out there. You can't look back. You got to have people. Like I just mentioned, Jeremy and the rest of our guys. We put together a great crew.
Okay.
That's what you got to do. Because you can't have all that responsibility yourself. You got to be able to pass it off to other people.
How did you approach that when you didn't have the right guys at that time? Or was Jeremy like a nephew that just happened to be there with you?
No, he was pushing for another company and we brought him in.
Okay.
He approached us because he wanted to kind of work for us because he saw we were growing. The company he was probably with was kind of stagnant.
Okay.
And
that's fair.
He wanted to be a part of something bigger. So but for the smaller companies, you got to have a vision. You got to know your numbers. And you got to be different. We were different every step of the way with ice control, using non-chlorides, sweeping lots, everything.
Pushers.
Everything about every step. Everyone's copied us in town, which is a form of flattery. But box plows, Arctics, big blowers on the payloaders, saving the companies. I'll give you an example. Like XYZ client. He has to have his snow hauled every time, but that's a huge expense. Well, we came in and said, yeah, you have this retention pond or this grass area. Why don't we use our blower and blow into it? Saving them money.
Wow. So
we looked outside the box for our clients to save them money, but upscale our own profit. Because now they're locked into us.
Sure.
So.
And have you had some of those same clients for, I would imagine, 10, 20 years now?
Or more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
again, just thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Trying to do something better.
I love it.
Yeah.
The audience also, quick question here, is probably dying to know, do you still have the bees? So
No, I do not.
I was just thinking about that earlier. I never closed that loop downstairs. I was like, so how's the bee business?
I sold out of that about 10 years ago now.
Okay.
Another beekeeper, a local beekeeper bought me out.
Yeah.
But I miss them every day.
That's so crazy. You can always get back into it.
It's a lot of manual back-breaking work, but
yeah,
bees never complained. They never called you about a complaint.
They never broke down.
And you're outside. You're outside.
Yeah.
And I missed the whole being on your own.
Right, sure.
And the only people that were depending on me then was my own family and the bees.
Yeah.
Now, you got to wake up and you got a crew of people. You got to take care of, and you got a bunch of clients you got to take care of.
Sure.
So the dynamics have changed.
I'm sure the bees are happy. They're in California. They're like, we ain't coming back.
They are now.
As long as they don't have the murder hornets, right? The Japanese, what are they called?
Murder hornets, yeah.
Yeah. I brought that up, and you go, you know about the murder hornets? I said I saw some stupid YouTube video just like the next guy, and I'm watching them. You're like, you know how they kill them, right? I'm like, by warming their body up. You're like, how do you know? Like, we just became like kindred spirits over bees.
It's just something that people wouldn't normally know.
Yeah, for sure. Right. I live on YouTube, so as I'm uploading my YouTube videos, for content, I got to wait for that to upload 10, 20 minutes. I'm like, before I do the thumbnail and the title and the description and all that mess, I'm like, sure, let's look at the trending page. And I'm watching all these different videos, and somehow I saw the murder hornet one a couple years ago.
Right.
Which is crazy. That is really, really cool. I love what you guys are doing here. I think it's so unique. Here's really something that I've noticed a lot, and it's really it's cool and special when it comes together this way is you and I didn't meet until after I was hanging out with Jeremy for 2 hours. Right. Plus. And it's crazy to see the same things that you had reiterated that Jeremy had said, and obviously vice versa, unless you guys had a pregame meeting, say these cool things and these same core values and the same mission statement. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was walking with Jeremy, he was walking around everything that we had talked about. You're like, did you show about this and this? And Jeremy's like, yep. And you're like, did you mention this and this? And I'm like, oh yeah, we got it. And it's you guys are on the same wavelength. You guys are on the same page, the same mission, the same. How do you help with a company this size keep it so uniform and everybody in the same team, the same page?
Culture.
Okay.
We preach it daily. That we're going to be zero tolerance, and this is what we're doing. And we, our crew is in the field all the time, so we're always asking them, what can we do better?
Okay.
Even coming from a sidewalk shoveler, they may have a better way of doing something. And they'll share it with the rest of us. We'll go, well, why don't we do it from here on out? So we just listen.
What's is your biggest tip for helping somebody create culture that's going from that 10 guys to maybe 80 guys, 100 guys like yourself?
Write it down.
Okay.
I have it on my desk.
Yep.
It's been on my desk for 15 years.
Yeah.
I look at it every day.
Like core values, mission statement, purpose statement?
Yep.
Okay.
And listen to everybody's.
Yeah. When did you learn to have a servant leadership like that and be a listener instead of a top-down boss like so many people have come to know these days?
Come from a farm. Small backgrounds.
Yep.
You know, nothing was given to us. Started with nothing. So
that's so cool.
You got to listen.
Yeah.
You did the same thing.
We're hanging in there, you know. We're figuring it out. I'm trying to listen more. I do a lot of talking. I'm in a position to do a lot of talking, but I literally love to listen all the time. But the host must make the show move. So, but it is really, really cool. It's special when you see companies, and I'll talk to employees before I get to meet the key guy or the owner or the whoever, right? And Jeremy said it's literally like everything that you're saying, he's saying. He's bought in the vision, the dream, the mission, the guys, the people, the guys over in the
wash bay or
the wash bay. Yeah, they were really, really cool guys. They were saying the exact same thing, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. Like from top to bottom, left to right, everybody's on the same page, and it is really, really refreshing. You guys have a great outfit here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
But it's taken a long time.
Very much.
25 years. Yeah. So okay, let me ask you this really quick, because I want to be respectful of your time. You got to get moving because. I don't want to be an expensive first date. So, but quick question for you. 25 years to get this far. Next 25 years.
I won't make it 25 years.
Shut up, brother. Well, Glacier might.
You always want an exit strategy.
Okay, sure.
But I don't know if I'm there yet. I enjoy what I do, but I want to hand off some more of my responsibilities, like being out every night, every storm.
Okay, sure.
I'm 58 years old. You know, I want to be a part of it, but I don't want to be watching for snow every night.
Right, sure.
Making every call.
Right.
That's what Jeremy and we brought some other people in that are going to help us do.
Okay, cool.
You know, so
great team.
Just bigger picture stuff.
Okay. Any hobbies you want to transition to, or?
I play pickleball.
Pickleball? Okay.
Love pickleball.
Okay. Yeah. Greg Whitstock is a big pickleball guy over in Chicago.
Oh, is he?
The pond guy. Do you know Greg Whitstock, the pond guy?
I don't know if I know.
He's got Aquascape, Aqualand, big indoor facility, ponds, this whole mess. Whole upstairs part of the warehouse, kind of like this whole mezzanine level over here. It's like that. Like, dude, it's a huge facility. You should go just check it out. He's crazy, by the way, but I love him. He's coming back in to speak at our live event. He's a crazy dude. Anybody who knows Greg knows he's crazy. Greg will tell you that he's crazy. But upstairs, he has tournaments all the time for his Build a Pond Day. People come in, do a whole course on ponds. But upstairs, you have to play pickleball or you're like ostracized from the community. So,
well, it's fastest growing sport in America.
Is that right?
You should have a YouTube thing about that.
I guess we'll co-host it. You said you needed a hobby. You're transitioning.
Yeah. One thing you mentioned earlier, I want to reiterate before I have to leave here.
Yeah.
And you guys were touching on about our snowfall. We get so much wind.
Yeah, that was a unique thing.
So we'll get a 1/4 inch. We don't get big events like
10-inch.
Anything.
12.
Yeah, we don't get some. Not every year. They're like every 5 years.
Okay.
But we get 30 1-inchers with wind. So then the wind doesn't let up. So you clean it and you keep cleaning and you never can go anywhere.
That's what I'm like on Instagram. I see it all the time. I'm like, how much does it snow there? Because every day it's another post. And I'm like, well, that's incredible.
So we get a lot of clippers that come out of Canada.
Okay.
They sweep down through our area, kind of moisture starved, but wind and a little bit of a dusting.
Yeah.
Or more. And that's when we started. We knew that in order to grow a company like this, we had to go out and push those, but we had to get the clients that were able to let us do it.
Right. Okay.
So,
do you guys any quick tips like per push, flat rate monthly pricing, a la carte? You guys a little of this, a little of that?
We're about, depends on the year. We like to be about 25 to 30% seasonal to cover overhead. It's kind of our cheapest snow insurance you can buy.
Sure.
If you go out and buy snow insurance, the premium and the window to jump through are so small, it's not worth it. So we said, we'll do seasonals for a little less than what it would normally take to push, but they're there for 3 years.
Right.
And we'll play that card game. I'm going to protect myself against the low snow years.
Sure.
The high snow years, we're going to have the per push and the hourly to carry us through.
Right.
So they'll offset. What a lot of people forget about in those seasonals, well, in a big year, you're going to lose. I go, no, I'm going to get extra work. I'm going to be doing maybe, if they clean the roof off, we'll be taking that snow away. We're going to be hauling piles, and we'll be cleaning out garden centers, whatever. Sure. We're going to get extra work anyway.
And you could always put a limited up to 55 inches or 62 inches.
A lot of them here won't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
And the last 25 years, 3 times have been above 55? Maybe?
Yeah. Probably that's
2 or 3?
It. Sure.
Not many.
Yeah. I love what you said there about hedging your bets a little bit, because like we have commercial and residential. I have some prepay, some per push, some commercial prepay, some per push, some flat rate, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, there's 5 different things coming in, and one's high, one's low, one's low, one's high, one's high, one's low. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Actually, well, usually it's like medium, high, medium, high, like in terms of revenue bringing in and profitability. So it's very hedged. Like make sure my family's taken care of, pay the bill guy, make sure everything's smooth.
Yeah, we're not going to ride the wave all the way to the top.
Right.
But we're not going to hit the bottom either.
100%.
We're going to ride in the middle of the wave.
Yeah. You got to bounce.
Yep.
We super appreciate you. Seriously.
I appreciate you coming down.
This
It
is
was
so
awesome
cool.
meeting you.
When you start your pickleball channel, let me know.
Yeah.
And I will share it on YouTube.
I think there's already guys out there doing pickleball channels. But
Whatever. So, I mean, there's other guys doing lawn care channels. We're doing okay now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, next time you come down, we'll get a ride in your plane.
How do you know that? Does he know that I want an airplane? Or did you tell him?
I think you told me you were going to get a plane.
I need to get an airplane or a helicopter. Actually, here, I'll do really quick. Last quick story. I got everybody listening to the show keeps yelling at me to get TSA pre-check. I can't go through TSA and not get searched, strips, or everything. I just don't know why. I'm just the most suspicious looking white boy in America. But every time my bags get kicked out because of the mixer and the camera. So I got the TSA pre-check. It was like $120.
Yep.
I will tell you guys, I am so grateful for this trip. This is the first time I have not got strip search, bag kicked out, nothing ever. First time. I've traveled 50 times on flights in the last 5 years. I did not get kicked, to the curb and get strip searched again.
Nice.
Praise the Lord.
You got to go back though.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you the final.
Yeah.
When I put the bumpers on this podcast, I'll give you guys the final debrief if I made it back all in one
We'll
piece.
stick something in his backpack.
Yeah, we'll stick
Give me a
something
switch.
in there.
Don't put a bullet bottle opener. When I went to Steele's event, they put a bullet bottle opener in the swag bag. And I go through TSA, dude, alarm, security, a dog came.
Oh,
they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And they go, what is this? And it's a bullet, just a casing with the bottle cap opener. And I go, oh my God. They're like, what are you thinking? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And then another time I brought a crescent wrench back through from the Craftsman launch party, a wrench. They're like, that's a 12-inch, just mechanic wrench. They're like, you can kill somebody with that thing. I go, I guess, I don't know. And so I had to mail that back. So I'm probably on the TSA checklist for a reason, but any which way.
Probably,
Somehow they pre-checked me, but Dan, thank you so much.
No
brother.
problem. I appreciate it, Brian.
This is so awesome. You guys got a great outfit here. Maybe I'll come back in January and I'll go push some snow with you guys.
That'd be great.
Get some free labor.
We'll put you to work.
Hey, we're always looking for more guys. So.
Amen to that.
We'll put him in the groomer.
Here, that's what we talked about earlier.
I don't even know what that means. But
The groomer, the snow groomer.
The thing that goes on the
The
mountainside.
bison.
Yeah.
The thing is crazy. If you get it running, I'll buy it from you. So let me know.
Oh, it runs right now.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk after off the air. I'll take that thing home.
We'll take
Thanks,
it for a
Brian.
drive.
Don, appreciate you, brother. Thank
bet.
you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, cool. We'll keep it going for another couple of minutes here. We got Jeremy. So I got you, brother. Thank you, sir. And mic check. Is he on 3? Can you still hear me?
I got you. Yep.
All right, cool. I think that was the microphone. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. Don's a great guy.
Dude, that was awesome. It's funny, the beekeeping thing, because I know a couple of people that are into that, and they're a very smart group of people. Like very intelligent, very smart people. And is he very numbers, tactical, kind of a driven business owner?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
You can tell.
Yep.
That's really cool. Let me ask you this. I want to ask you. You're the COO, the operations guy. Excuse me. Talk to these guys for just a quick minute. What's your philosophy on people and help and getting guys to come in? I would imagine a company of this level. How many service partners and people and employees do you guys rely on per event? And then what are some of your helpful tips for these guys? Because obviously if they're going to grow their company, they want to maybe bring in some more people. You guys don't have a silver bullet. You're still struggling in, but what's working for you guys?
Well, excuse me. Where we are at, we have a couple local colleges, and one's an egg college, and they have a lot of egg kids, and we're from a rural state, so
Okay, yeah.
I like to get the farm boys because they know how to run equipment and they know what equipment's going to cost and if they break stuff, and they're usually pretty good guys, and so we send like an email throughout the college, and I'll have guys calling me all the time for a job or otherwise.
Or they have a buddy.
Honestly, a guy that's worked here, I probably get more referrals just because of our culture and how we treat our guys. And so that we should go work for these guys and this and that. So that's how we get a lot of our main guys or a lot of our guys. They word them off for the most part. They want to come work here. And we're easygoing. We know it's a part-time job. It's just when it's a lot of them are just when it snows and if they got to leave for school, they got to leave for school. I'm not going to hold anybody here to work. It is what it is. So.
Right. What, $20-$25 an hour plus whatever for these guys. That can be pretty lucrative for a college kid.
Yeah, no, we started guys up. I think we're starting them, all of our loader guys were 25, but most guys are more than that just because they've been here long. And then plus we have an incentive program for every hour they work. We're going to give them, if they show up every time, we got 3 different levels they
bonus
can hit.
Structure.
So yeah, it's a little bonus structure. And we treat them well. If it's a bad storm and guys are from out of town, we'll get them a hotel room and we feed them. We do it, trying to make it as easy as for them because we need them. We really need them to work. And honestly, it's a pretty good environment. My guys are like our headsets we have on right now. Those guys are all on one phone call. They're all night long talking to each other on a headset and they're having a good time and they're all become good buddies and stuff.
Wow.
So it's like a big family, honestly.
What's a quick tip for anybody that's calling it? You said you have a phone list or a phone tree. Like 80 some people you got to buzz or
yep.
What's your quick maybe pre-checklist like before an event? Because a lot of guys I noticed and I did a YouTube or a podcast video about this once. I said if you're firing up your truck, fueling up your truck, and doing all that stuff like an hour before your snowstorm. And you're pulling your snowblower. Like let me put it this way: we've all been out there where you pull the snowblower out, you go to pull it, and the pull cord rips off, or the belt's shredded, or you forgot that your scraper bar is completely gone, or whatever. Your last snow shovel broke on jagged concrete, right? You broke the fiberglass pole. So do your pre-checklist a day, or 2 days, a week before. Make sure your trucks are starting. All this kind of mess. Those are just some of my quick tips off the top of my head. But anything that you guys. You got 80 to 100 people trying to come on in. What's some things that have helped you?
Well, most part, after every event, we have grease boards or whatever, guys. If there's anything wrong, I want them, everything's got a number on it. They tell me plowing these edges, whatever. They tell my mechanics that, and everything will get fixed between hand. And then let's just say like this week they're saying 13 inches coming in on Thursday.
Sure.
Possibly. I'll be sending, I always try to send a mass text out to all my guys a day or two if there's weather coming.
Yep.
And saying, hey, there's weather coming, who's available, and I just get all these, whoever's available, so then I can make a list of available guys. And if you can't, you can't. But that's pretty much how I do it, guys. Then let's just say it's the day of the event. It's going to start this time. I'm like, hey, let's start rolling at this time. Wheels rolling at 8:00. So everybody, gets here 7:45 or whatever, and away we go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is pretty cool outfit. I'm really, really impressed. We'll probably button it up right here, but I just really appreciate the time.
Yeah, no problem.
I was just looking at my phone. I think I gotta get to the airport.
Oh yeah.
I was like, but I know what time it is, but I carry the 2 and time changes and all that mess. So I'm like, I think I got to start moving that way. But seriously, thank you so much for number one, just the hosting and saying, come on out. This is really, really cool. You got me from the airport. I don't take any of that for granted. All the logistics, all this other stuff, and then having the place all looking spick and span, and also not canceling on me because I think in 2 days you guys are getting like 12 inches of snow.
Correct.
So it was actually supposed to snow like 5 to 8 inches tonight.
Yeah, that's what they were saying a couple weeks ago or a week ago when we talked about this.
Not even 5 days ago, yeah. And I was like, it was about a week ago. And I was like, I said, sure. I'm like, I'll jump on in. I said, ironically enough, this is the week of Entrepreneur Academy. So I'm like, I got 350 friends coming in. I need to get back home and work those details still. But I said, I'll jump in a loader. Let's go have fun. I think I'm going to be dipping out of here before any snow does come in, obviously. But best of luck. Is this the first snow event of the year, basically?
This will be the first one if she comes and is looking like it's going to come.
Yeah,
so
and it'll be a wallop.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll handle it.
We'll be ready to go.
No problem. We got everything ready.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, guys are hopefully everything's ready.
Hopefully everybody's ready to go.
Everything's ready on paper, so we'll see what happens.
There you go. Where can people find you on social? And then we'll button this thing up, man.
Glacier Snow Management will be on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Yeah. So, just trying to put some content out. And if anybody's in the area, they want a job, come on by. Or if you just want to come check our equipment, check it out, we're welcome to anybody. Come on in. And
so cool.
Open door here.
Appreciate that, man. Well, good looking out. All right, guys. Well, that's what I got for today's show. Just a great time here at Glacier Snow and Ice, and you guys have a great outfit here. So congrats to the first 25 years, and to Don and you and the rest of the team for the next 25 years, and for however long you guys want to do this, man. So keep it up.
All right. Appreciate it, Brian.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for listening to this episode, guys, of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. We will catch up with you guys here in a minute.
The Snowdog VMX2, the newest addition to Buyers Products' powerful, rapidly growing lineup of Snowdog V-Plows, is ready to handle any storm this winter. The VMX2 was designed with your half-ton truck in mind. It features the signature Snowdog V-Plow strength and versatility, weight optimized for pickups like the Ford F-150, Silverado 1500, or Ram 1500 series. Do you have that dog in you? Visit buyersproducts.com to learn more and find a dealer near you. Nothing works like a dog. Marty here with one more reminder before we wrap everything up, and that is about the Black Friday sales that are coming to LawnpreneurAcademy.com. Yes, our biggest, baddest, best sales of the year over that weekend of Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Make a little note on your phone, set a reminder to check out LawnpreneurAcademy.com for big savings.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.